love me, yeah. The streets ain't never loved me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sipping my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture. I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. The streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Yeah, the Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Job, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, married shit, it's how we music, nigga.
Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Yo, shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody coming in the building. Do me a favor, share this live. This one right here, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm going to give some people
some time to pop up in this live. I'm going to give some people some time to pop up in this live. And I will drop the link if y'all want me to drop the link. Because when I tell y'all something, mind-blowing conversation. That's the only thing I could title. That's the only thing I could use to title this. You talking about content? I'm about to give y'all some fucking content. Excuse my language. Y'all not ready for this. I'm telling you, this conversation, y'all not ready for it. Ain't nobody in here. Matter of fact, if y'all can hear me crystal clear, excuse me, forgive me. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, anybody but a dead body. You know the slogan. Put the dice cubes in the chat. If I could do my honors and scream out everybody that typed in the chat so far. Shout out to the people that's watching in the background. Shout out to the people that didn't catch this live, the people that catch it on the replay. Do me a favor. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Queen Gigi, I see you in the building. Thank you, sister. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for letting me know, quote unquote, that you can hear me crystal clear. Crystal clear. I got one for y'all tonight. I got one for you. I know the ladies is going to pull up. I know my gentleman is going to pull up. Grown folks conversation. Let me shout it out to the people that typed in first. We had, quote unquote, the Russian princess, one and a half of the beautiful ladies of iTalk. If they only knew. Drop your link up in there. We got my bro Convo with Upstate. Popped up in the building. I appreciate you for pulling up. Brooklyn shit. City boy Floyd. He's in the building. Yo, Floyd. I ain't even get a chance to say this. You just made me think about this. I need a moment of silence for my childhood friend, DJ Twan. DJ Twan, if anybody know him from Albany Projects, he responsible for the web series called Crime Heights on YouTube. Big DJ, G5G, always been a DJ. Twan from Albany Projects, from the new side, St. Mark's in Albany. Rest in peace to his son, Antoine Jr. Let me get a moment of silence for that, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Antoine Jr. It broke my man heart. I seen that on the gram. Buried his firstborn. Shout it out to Miss Queen Gigi. I see you in the building. 1, 2, Freddie, I see you in the building. Mrs. Snow, that is the original page. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, sis, for coming up in the building. You fucking with Team Guardian right now. Grown folks conversation. Ain't no discrimination. Ain't no disrespect. Ain't no trolling. It ain't nothing but love over here. We got my favorite content creator, the man himself, Mr. Sheep Stay Sleep, in the building. We got my guy. I know you did, City Boy. I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. He lost little Antoine. You dig what I'm saying? And shout out to my guy, GP on the tube. Shout out to my guy, GP on the tube. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? I got one for y'all. How are you great people doing tonight? Yo, Sheep. Oh, I got one for they ass tonight. See, this is real facts I'm talking about. This ain't no nonsense. This is grown folks conversation. My name is Big Dice. My name is Big Dice. Everybody know I'm a waterhead for emotions. I'm a sucker for love. Not for love like, oh, he's no. I'm a sucker for greatness and people treating each other like they got some sense. I'm a sucker for that. I love to see people happy. I love to see people in a good mood. I love to see great energy. It's just something that's different. That's just how I was raised, you know. It's just, but I am Big Dice the ruler. I've been outside since we was drinking Calvin Coolers. For the people that's just pulling up in here, can you dig it? Everybody else knows the slogan. We've been outside since the hollow tokens. You dig what I'm saying? I got a good one for y'all tonight. I got a good one for y'all tonight. First of all, I don't know. It was anybody in here when I had the conversation about a gentleman that carpools. I'm building a rapport with him. Remember, I told y'all something. Remember, I said at this particular moment in our lives, I am his friend, but at this particular time, he's not my friend. Was anybody there when I said that? Was anybody here when I was talking? I was talking about him going through a little domestic violence situation with his lady and such, and I don't know if anybody was in here. I'll make a long story short. Co-worker of mine's, Caucasian brother. She, did I word that correctly? Caucasian brother. I knew him through other people, got to know him personally, and I can say I'm his friend. I can say I'm his friend. I'm not upset that he's not my friend yet, because my grandmother always told me, just because you are somebody's friend does not mean they're yours. So that doesn't upset me. I've been past that emotional attachment with certain things, but it's just genuinely who I am. Make a long story short, we had a conversation today. Another one of our conversations. If he was here for the other show, certain conversations I asked him pertaining to his relationship, since he overindulges in certain situations and certain things that's going on. You dig what I'm saying? Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure. I appreciate you. Shout out to Miss Gigi, the Bush Watchers. Shout out to you, sis. She said, Queen Gigi shared you out. I appreciate you for that. Yeah, I need some sisters in here because this is some deep shit I'm about to talk about tonight. Like I said, I want to talk about judgment because everybody in here, I got it tattooed on my arm. If anybody in here has ever judged anybody without knowing them or their situation, let me see some dice cubes. Be honest. I've done it. I've judged numerous people. I've prejudged numerous people before I've even had a conversation with them. The reason why I have prejudged them before I had conversations with them, because they were in my proximity of my radar. So certain things that's in my radar, I pay attention to. Miss Gigi said, yep, I have. My man Club Fortune is in the building. I see you, beloved. He said, I have. You know what I'm saying? This is facts. This is facts. This is facts. But I think we've judged them prematurely. Okay, say for instance, let's give you an example. Somebody just comes home in your neighborhood. I'm not talking to the people that may know somebody that just came home from the neighborhood. I'm saying somebody that's in the neighborhood that didn't grow up with a person that just came home in the neighborhood, but his reputation is he's known for being a murderer. He went to jail. He's been convicted of unaliving somebody. Do we got the right to prejudge him? Seriously, do we have the right to prejudge him? I say no. Being from the street, I say no because of one thing. I don't know the circumstances that may have led him up to unaliving somebody. This is some deep shit. Shout out to my man, Willie. He's like a motivational speaker. He's the North Carolina dead weight left champion. One of the plant operations managers where I work at. Good dude. Went out of town with him to Georgia. Made sure we was right. I spoke to him about something. And this dude gave me a response that was incredible. It was incredible because it totally shattered every judgment I've ever had upon anybody for whatever reason I may have judged upon them. See, because I've always had this saying, death to all pedophiles. If y'all agree with me, I want everybody in the chat to put the dice cubes up. If y'all agree with death to all the pedophiles in the world, You want them, they should be killed. They should not be alive. I want to see Dice Cubes in the chat. Let's get the Queen. Let's get the King Streets. Let's go.
I know they say we pretty far out niggas, but we can clean now.
Yeah,
I'm saying we cleaning
y'all.
up. You know what I'm saying? We trying to grind up all things we like to do.
I want you to put it in the chat.
Shit got me feeling good, nigga. You heating up, Lavish?
These niggas that be going through the shit I'm actually talking. Been through so much bullshit, I could have been drafted with Jordan. I made my way through the projects, ducking rats and informants. They shooting, they shot at bitches, I was actually scoring. Y'all sided, ain't worry about nothing, cause God got it. And they ratted when they ran in my crib for the narcotics. No paper, I'm like, where's the money in y'all pocket? All this trapping and you broke, what y'all running, the non-profit? Free my homies in the prison, shackled to the buckle too. They up north, eating with them crackers like a Lunchable. I just can't fake it, you gon' know if I don't fuck with you. When real niggas chillin', the lanes get too comfortable. Smoke them like a hookah when them killers had enough of you. They gon' make him feel it just for thinking he untouchable. Running up this bag out the mud, it ain't nothing new. We was on the grind, I ain't grew up like no Huxtable. That little bit of cash can't fool us. For now on, we making niggas tag they jewelers. Pull up shining and let's see if they gon' like you then. Fuck a block, nigga, cause it's money that I like to spend. Bitches love to text, get books, see if they write you then. Free my dog, he in and out the can like the recycle bin. Barely went to church, but I'm in Christian, gotta pray for it. Money, my religion. Hopping out the farm with that shit on Jerry Glisten. Staying sucker free and out the way, ducking prison. Counting up this paper, 100 million on a mission. Getting to this money, my religion. Hopping out the farm with that shit on Jerry Glisten. Staying sucker free and out the way, ducking prison. Counting up this paper, 100 million on a mission. Getting to this money, my religion. See, they still waiting on the money. It ain't coming to them. Saquon Barkley to these hoes. We just running through them before these suckers ever come for me. Sending something to them. I just tell Brody, walk them down when we run it to them. Play Superman and get your cape shot. Never slipping, we be fully armed like a tank top. Fresh out the jar, we was selling them that straight drop. Then they go and hit it off the glass like a bank shot. Elevated on these suckers, made they face drop. Same ones was hating on my moves, they in the same spot. Go against me, niggas fail every time. That's why I make sure I give them hell every rhyme, every line. Are you hating on a nigga? Let me shine, heavy dimes. We put it on the scale, then we grind. Then we grind, nigga. Walk up in the spot and get my back in. I ain't really one for talking, I just make it happen, for real. Hopping out the farm with that shit on Jerry Glisten. Staying sucker free and out the way, ducking prison. Counting up this paper, 100 million on a mission. Getting to this money, my religion.
All right. Did anybody agree with me? I ain't see it in the chat. If y'all agree with death to all pedophiles, put it in the chat. Let me see Dice Cubes. Anybody but a dead body. How y'all feel about that? Because, you know, that's one of my, I've been saying that for the longest. I've been feeling like this as a child. Death to all pedophiles. I got friends, quote unquote, that went through some horrific things. I got childhood friends that used to come to my crib because of things they was going through with their family members. And my mother always had open arms and door. My grandmother and them, like, let me tell you something. That shit just, ugh. Club Fortune said, yo, death to all pedophiles. Queen Gigi said the same thing. Anybody else? Anybody? Come on now, somebody else in here. How do y'all feel about that? Death to all pedophiles. Facts, let's go. Let's talk about it. Because this is something that I think everybody in this chat or everybody that's watching this show can somehow relate to. Unfortunately, through experience. Unfortunately, through a family member that went through something horrific. Unfortunately, from knowing a friend that went through something horrific. I see you, Russian princess. Yo, RP, let me ask you something, sis. Let me ask you something. Because we're talking about judgment tonight. We're talking about judgment. And then the end of the story, I'm going to talk, it's going to break y'all heart. But then again, y'all going to be so proud of me because I found out today that somebody that I consider as a friend that I'm building a rapport with is racist. Broke my heart. Broke my heart, y'all. Big guy, I see you in the building. Yo, listen to me. Broke my heart. Yeah, big dice. Broke my heart. You know why? Because I'm in touch with my fucking feelings. But the way I handled it, I think everybody would be proud of me because this is some crazy shit. Just imagine that a person that you have built a rapport with, you've been around now for months. but it's from a different ethnicity. They just happen to look at you one day and indirectly let me teach you something. Let me teach y'all something. Fuck what the police talking about. You have the right to remain silent. See, because not trying to sound funny, it could be somebody in here. It could be somebody you know. Some of you motherfuckers talk too fucking much. You see how I just sat there quiet? In other words, did you see how I just chose, like right now, I'm going to choose not to speak? That's your choice. When you choose to just overly exert information of yours and other people's, that is a very dangerous trait. That's a fact, RP. I found out that a cool white dude I fuck with, I still look at him like my friend. And I'm going to tell you why at the end of the show. I'm going to end the show. Still look at him like my friend. Because I had to tell him something today after he expressed some information. Angie, baby! Is in the building. You'd have been proud of me, Angie. And the reason why I say this, the old me would have handled it totally different. The old me didn't have the self-control to genuinely mean what I said to him today. Yo, if I thought you was really a threat, we'd have been for it. I think I'm the first person of any color that looked him in his eyes, and from the day we met, I've been 100% solid, and it's mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing. It's like, I don't know if y'all ever met somebody or got a family member or a friend that's never been around nobody that's been genuinely truthful and blunt, no matter what the repercussion is. Because with everything I say, if it's something that may upset somebody, I'm prepared to deal with whatever comes with that. But if I genuinely fuck with you as a person or a friend, I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. Male or female. If you're moving like a bird, if I love you like my sister, you're going to hear me saying, yo, you moving like a fucking bird. If I love you like my brother, my nigga, you moving like a straight clown right now on some real shit. And see, the reason why I start talking like this and I express myself to people because I'm so disgusted. Because if I trust somebody and then trust somebody as one of my friends, and then I'm bamboozled to the fact to find out that everything that I thought that I saw in you as in your character was just a creation that you put up front for me, it makes me question myself. And that's very heartbreaking. Like that shit like really makes me like look at myself like, Like what was so important? See, I think too much. I'm a fucking Virgo. Like what was so, how did you do that? I done been around murderers, killers, thieves, avoided all that. How did you fool me? Chilling with Love, I see you in the building. Yeah, I think I love Chilling with Love more now. That's my motherfucking sister. That is the funniest motherfucker on YouTube. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care who be hating on her. She's official. She's fucking official. I'm so glad me and her had an argument, because if me and her would have never had an argument, I'd have never got to know her. That's on Utica Avenue. She official. That's the funniest motherfucker on YouTube. I'm at work today. I got to tell this story. I'm sorry. She started laughing already. She know I'm going to get on it. I'm so sorry. I am so fucking sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. I'm going to get back to what I was saying, but I'm so sorry. She came in here. I'm at work. Then we got the AirPods and I'm listening. I see the shit. I get the notification. Oh, everybody check your notifications to the people that y'all subscribe to. Do me a favor. Take the time out to just check and make sure that your notifications for every time they're going on. That because I didn't never take her notifications off, but YouTube is funny. Her notifications wasn't on. That's why I wasn't getting them. I happened to see it live one day. I said, oh shit, I didn't think love was going live like that. Hey, make a long story short, I'm at work. I'm laughing like a motherfucker. Chilling with Love got a nice little picture up. She chilling. Like old school shit. It's a nice picture. It ain't nothing like that, but it ain't nothing like that. You dig what I'm saying? It's like Chilling with Love is talking like Marilyn Monroe done smoked some weed from Dykeman. Yeah. She did some shit like this. This shit was so funny. Yo, this shit was so funny. Check this out. She did some shit like this. She did some shit like this. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing? Hi. Yo, listen to me. Listen to me. I ain't fronting. I ain't hating. I ain't taking nothing from the sis. Listen to me. When she did that shit, Angie, somebody typed, "What's your cash app?" She said, "You want to know what my cash app is?" Next thing you know, you heard her say about 5 minutes later, "Thank you. Thank you, nigga." Yo, I laughed so fucking hard at work this morning, yo. Yo, I laughed so fucking hard this morning at my job, yo. If I ain't working the area by myself, I probably would have got roped the fuck up. That shit had me laughing so fucking hard. Because they let you listen to your music and shit like that. You know, I got the little skull candies from Walmart. Maybe they give me an endorsement. Shout out to Skull Candies, $20. That shit had me laughing so hard. Yo, Angie, I keep trying to tell you, man. Angie be bullshitting shit, man. She should get 10 seconds for that. Angie should been going live. She got the most inspirational quotes ever on YouTube, my opinion. Big Dice stamp that shit. She be dropping some shit to make you go. Maybach, I see you in the building. Saka say. Yeah, Chilling with Love. You know, I fuck with you. I don't give a fuck, man. Get that motherfucker. Yo, shout out to Chilling with motherfucking Love. Put your goddamn cash app in the chat. Fuck that. Yo, when a motherfucker could say I was going to do some content, but I just feel like chilling, and motherfuckers be like, yo, what's your cash app? Shit. You get that money. You go, girl. You go. Fuck the haters. Nobody ain't hating. You ain't doing it right. But back to what I was saying about this dude, y'all. Yo, Maybach, how would you feel if a white dude that you was chilling with for months, you just find out he's racist? But now that we got everybody in here, everybody that's in here, Angie, how do y'all feel about pedophiles? Russian Princess said, we're not here to judge. Maybach, how you feel about it? Chilling with Love, how do you feel about that? Angie, how do you feel about death to all pedophiles? My man Club Fortune said, death to all fucking pedophiles. My man Guy said something earlier, we jumped over. He said, yo, Big Dice, I watched it. Shout out to my homegirl, Annette. Did you hear about the helicopter that went down on her? It just fell out the sky into the water. It's all on recording, y'all. It's all on recording. She says, under the jail with them. Pretty Eyes, 2817. Get to it, y'all. I want 10% from all motherfucking donations. I want 10 cents from all motherfucking donations. Y'all ain't coming over here pimping me. I'm not going through any type of prostitution. Shout out to all my homegirls. Shout out to my homegirl T that used to be like, prostitution is the Constitution. Shout out to Miss Miyagi in the building. Uh-oh, we got something to talk about now, y'all. I told y'all, I thought about something. Shout out to my man Willie, all jokes aside. I'm going to tell y'all where this comes from, so I want y'all to understand something. I want to tell y'all where this comes from, because this is content. Then I'm going to get back to the fact that somebody that I call a friend that I built a rapport with like 7-8 months told me today that he's racist. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But check this out. An individual that was incarcerated for a sexual assault against a child. Now, see, death to all rapists and pedophiles, and that's how I feel. That's how I'm gonna be truthful with y'all. That's how I felt. I can't even keep that in. That's how I felt. I used to say death to all rapists. Just the other day, I said death to all pedophiles. I used to say death to all rapists, death to all pedophiles. We all got that locked in. Because number one, to try to take something from an adult, that's fucked up. But to go against a child, I would be like death to all pedophiles. So I was talking to one of the operation managers. He just got a spiritual glow on him. It's like he not no reverend, but he know God. And like when you know God, you know when you're in the presence of somebody that genuinely loves God. See, I don't play with God. So, but when I'm in the presence of somebody that genuinely just everything, he can be joking, playing on his gangster shit, but his whole mannerism and his whole aura is about God. That's just what happens. Make a long story short, we had a conversation. And I told him that it kind of disgusts me. And he was like, what's wrong? I said, it's only one thing that bothers me at the place that I'm employed at. And he said, what's wrong? Somebody fucking with you? I'm like, nah, so never that. You already know how I stand, how I carry myself. I said, there's a person that, unfortunately, his information was released to everybody in the job because this is the right. If you've been convicted for something like that, you have to be registered, like registered sex offender. So the way he promenades around the job, the way he carries himself, it just bothers me. And he's be like, guys, why? He said, why bother you so much? I said, shout out to my son's mother for the horrific ordeal she had to go through when she was a child. Now, see, I never had someone I was dealing with after me and her were involved for years. And then it's to the fact now that she's having my child. And then a person in her family's name was brought up. And I just seen a grown woman break and bust into tears. And the reason why it bugged me out was because this is a Libra. Strong-willed, intelligent Black woman. Strong, beautiful, intelligent Black woman. Barely would even know to see her cry. Bust out in tears, and then she just spoke to me about something foul that transpired between the person's name and her family. So it's like every time I get around dudes or a dude like that, it's like that shit just like takes me back to the way she was looking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. And then I think about certain friends, unfortunately, that went through horrific shit that had to come to my crib, that never wanted to stay home. But then I said to myself, Tyson, I see you, salute. I'm just talking out loud. XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. Everybody's seeing ghosts. Everybody's seeing ghosts when he lost his daughter, and then he went to the therapy session, and then he found out that it was a Black couple there that was mourning the death of their son because a drunk driver had ran a red light, hit him off a bike, and unalived him. Everybody knows what ghosts did to the person that unalived their child, because come to find out, you know, he was still drinking. Make a long story short, this is just thoughts that run through my mind. Nothing to bring to light, just something that run through my mind, being straight up. So, and then my man Will said some deep shit to me, y'all. Because Angie said, put him under the jail. My man Club Fortune said, death to all of them. Everybody in here might have a perception of saying, death to a pedophile. But I want everybody to answer this question right here. This is the question I want y'all to answer. I want y'all to be truthful now. I want y'all to be truthful, because y'all telling me that if it's a pedophile, A sexual deviant is what we're talking about, right? Death to them. Male or female, they should be killed and banned off this earth, right? I want everybody in here to be truthful, right or wrong. Be truthful. But this is the $1 million question. What if the accused is your child?
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like, high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you sliding through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told.
That's a hell of a question, ain't it, y'all? I didn't hear nobody say anything yet except my man Club Fortune. East New York, I see you in the building, says salute. East New York, I got a question right here. Where we come from is death to all pedophiles. Rapists, sexual assaults, deviants, they should be found in the street, quote unquote, correct? But what if it's our child? What if it's our children? What if it's your son, Angie? Club, what if it's your son? East New York said, hell yeah. What if it's your son? Miss Miyagi said, she don't want him around. But what if this child was produced by you and a man, y'all? And this child, ladies, came from you, from your womb. Even if you want to disown them. Even if you want to disown them. Hold on, let's get this correct. Even if we want to disown them, right? It wouldn't be a small increment about you saying, I want to know why, what happened, can I get him some help? Can I get him some fucking help? Now check this out. We're not talking about the person that lived down the block child. We're not talking about them. We're not talking about the dude across the street child or the lady around the corner or the lady from over there. We're talking about the child that we have created and we have raised. Yo, let me tell you something. I got only God can judge me on my arm. And it's on my arm from 17 years old, and it never really made the significant meaning that it had to me, that impacted me yesterday after having this conversation with my operations manager. This is on my life. He said, but what if it was your son, Dice? He said, I know how you love your son. That shit fucked me up, Miss Miyagi. He said, Dice, I know what your son means to you. He said, now check this out. Put this in your mindset. The police are looking for you. Okay, everybody, close your motherfucking eyes right quick. what's that, Matthew O'Connell type nigga? We go into the scene from what? A Time to Kill. Remember that? When he told everybody to close their fucking eyes, and he displayed in the eyes, in the minds, graphically about a child, not by color, being sexually assaulted viciously by adults. And at the end, he said, what if it was a white woman? Because nobody cared because they said it was a nigger baby. He said, what if it was a white child? And all them people in that courtroom, them tears ran in their eyes. So what I'm asking is, if it's our child, I said before I would allow somebody else to take my son's life, I would be forced to take his life. Especially for something heinous. Especially for something as heinous as that. And you know what my guy Will told me? What if he was over eagerly, sexually expressive at a young age because of something that he was exposed to and didn't understand what he was going through and overreacted like children do? Think about that. We can't, you see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why it's called the grown folk sector, because you couldn't even imagine. I can't even imagine my son doing something like that with everything that I've raised and put in him and instilled in him and his mother and their side of the family and minds and so forth. My mom's, the relationship, first of all, but fuck it, shit happens. We don't come from them neighborhoods. There's a predator in every one of our families that's in this fucking chat right now, whether you want to admit it or not. It's a known predator in everybody in this motherfucking chat's family that they told you, don't let them kids go over there by themselves. I'm lying? Y'all wasn't kids, and you'd be like, I want to go see Uncle such and such. Or I want to go see Aunt such and such. But Aunt such and such is living with a man that's a known child molester. Nah, you can't go over there. But why, Ma? What if it's your child? My man told me to imagine the police with a warrant for the arrest of my child. I couldn't even imagine no shit like that. I couldn't even see my child even being accused of anything like that. But hypothetically speaking, shit happens. Would I want him killed? No. I would not. Just like Angie said. Why didn't they get him help? Okay, so somebody right now tell me the signs to identify any one of us. I'm talking about simple signs. I'm not talking about over-aggressive signs. Yeah, if you see your son running around trying to hump on everything, or you see your daughter, unfortunately, running around with a promiscuous disposition of herself, you can understand. So I'm talking about, what's the signs? Okay, so what if all this behavior was done secretly and it wasn't exposed into adulthood when you're in your grace of your retirement? And now you're sitting back waiting for your Social Security check, and then you get the phone call that your baby is wanted for such a horrific charge. There's a warrant out for him. Okay, boom. Okay, your baby, your child that came out of your womb, the child that came out of the head of a penis, fellas, they say in 24 hours is going to be executed because of this heinous crime. Do you know how creative people get when it comes to their children? Tyson said they choose to ignore the signs. That's a fact. When you catch your motherfucking kids humping, you separate them and then you bust their ass, or you make sure that they're never alone again. What? Am I bugging? So you mean to tell me the first time you seen one of your nephews humping one of them little girls that was in the house from down the block, y'all called the psychiatrist? Or y'all called Child Protective Services? Who did it? Who did it? Who in here did that? Male or female? Angie said when it comes to the whole concept of her child being involved with something heinous, she couldn't even like briefly imagine the foolishness, because you got to pay attention. That's what we have instilled, and that's the hopes that we have for our children, to follow them footprints that we put into their heart. That don't mean it don't happen. Think about it, Club. He said neither. He said neither. Think about it. You don't want your fucking child gone. You don't want your child go. Yo, let me tell you something. They telling you that your child has a week to live. They telling you your child got 5 weeks to live. They telling you your child has 10 years to live because of this crime. Now check this out. For the length of the time that your child has to live, they have to be in prison. And then on a certain set date is the date that the child will be executed. Do you know what type of conjuring up and thinking a real parent would do? First of all, the first thing you're going to do is call wrongfully convicted and try to get in touch with one of them non-profitable, just coming to do it because they feel as though as a person is innocent for free, non-charitable, like, yo, let me go over this case. Like the situation with Hurricane, let me go over this case right quick. And if for some reason they see something wrong of negligence, of fraudulence in that paperwork, to the fact where your child is wrongfully convicted, they have the power and the attorneys and the deanship to just be like, yo, we're going to hold up, stop this. We got to do this again. Right here shows this was not the fair way for this man to be judged. He was wrongly convicted. And number two, you have him set up for death row. We have to do this all over again. You know how many people got their motherfucking sentences overturned because of shit like that? Tyson said molestation in our communities gets swept under the rug a lot of times. East New York said, if they make it out of prison. If they make it out of prison. If they make it out of prison. The reason why I brought this story up, like I said, I got on God Can Judge Me on my own. And I didn't understand how judgmental I was until I had this conversation with my man, Willie, yesterday, because that part right there is mind-blowing. But then let's think about this part. See, this nigga right here, down here in the South, they got this shit called red velvet cake. So you can eat the inside of the cake by itself. It's delicious. It's delicious. You can fuck yourself up just eating the cake because of the moistness, the texture, the color. It's just, the attraction of the cake is disrespectful. The smell is somewhat downright crazy. But see, down here, they like to put that icing on that red velvet. And what he put on top of what he said about, yo, well, what if it's your son? Because he knows the relation, he knows how I feel about mine. He was like, it's your son we're talking about that unfortunately did something to somebody. But then this is the part that bugged me the fuck out. He said, how could we judge and God gives us a second chance? He said, we don't deserve a second chance. my man is telling me he gets upset with God for giving people a second chance. And this is one of the deepest conversations I ever had. That's why I said I was going to talk about this shit tonight, because I just thought about it last night before I went to sleep. I thought about it at work. He said, first of all, if I was God, this is what my man said to me. This shit about to fuck y'all up. This about to fuck y'all up. He said, if I was God, everybody that had something expensive like a house or a car or jewelry or money or a husband or a wife or a good family, he said, I'd take it from them. Overdose, salute. And I said, God is a loving God. Why would you take it from him? He said, do you see how disobedient the people are in this world? He said, there's some niggas that are speed on you, bro. They're speed driving a car. That's disobedient to God, because people want to do their will and they want to do their way, but they disregard God's way. He said, but explain this to me. How can you say you would like to take the life or see a person that may have been convicted, City Bama salute, of pedophilia, and this is a person that God created? That was the icing on the cake. I just got quiet. I just really got quiet. He said, first of all, God created him. How you don't know that God created him just to do that, to give him a second chance to redeem himself? Vibe, salute. I see you in the building. Vibes, we was talking about pedophilia earlier, because, you know, we say death to all pedophiles. I no longer can say that, y'all. I have to have the same concernment if I was for my child, if it was my child that was accused for this, as I would for your child, as I would for the other person's child, because it could be any one of us in here. Before you throw that stone so far to be like, yo, check this out. This is what should happen to this person. Maybe they should be unalive. Think about the fact that the Most High created everything, and everything was written by the Most High to transpire, to come forth, to come forth. So think about that the next time before y'all judge too quick. Before y'all get out of here, I'm going to break down how it felt to find out that the dude that I felt as though was a friend for months, and still is my friend, is racist.
Yeah. Lex, the biggest. What we doing? I got a cold, but it's still gonna sound like pussy right now. They calling us the underdogs. I'm thinking like, how's that? Winning and we up for. Pussy niggas fight back. I don't think you like that. Yeah. You let me leave and I'll be right back. You told her you should die, scratch. I promise you I hate rats. Yeah. They calling us the underdogs. I'm thinking like, how's that? Pussy nigga, check the score. About to bet the house back. And I don't think you like that. Let me leave and I'll be right back. I told him I'm finished taking these losses. I done been through a lot. Move watch, you getting shot. Better find a new op. If I don't like a nigga's business, I shake it and dash. Streets don't give me my credit, just take it in cash. We been outside, nigga, we been living. Shit, you ain't no shooter, nigga, you been Simmons. We get to spin into the block, dizzy, heavy gripping. I about to strip him with the block and have him skinny dipping. Fuck that credit, give me cash, cause it be funny business. Made my career off of jazz like I'm Sonny listening. If I jump out this car, let a scalpel whip him. How you acting like you mean when it's only one? I saw my man up, I shot him, now he owe me one. Look in his eyes, he ain't built, wasn't hard to read. Niggas hate when I'm around, cause it be hard to eat. Suffocate everything, I'ma make it all enough the underdogs. I'm thinking like, how's that? Winning and we up for. Pussy niggas fight back, I don't think you like that. Yeah. You let me leave and I'll be right back. You told her you should die, scrap. I promise you I hate rats. Yeah.
They calling us the underdogs. I'm thinking like, how's that? Pussy nigga, check the score. About to bet the house back.
And I don't think you like that. Let me leave and I'll be right back. Yeah. They better make room for the underdogs. Sucker niggas betting against me, I'ma gun them all. Play the bitch, how was that? All I do was ball. First words I learned was money before I learned to crawl. Niggas out here living a lie, they need to stop it. It's in my blood to be real. I shoot them, they out of pocket. Back to back, I took my daughters to shoot like Juju Watkins. 170 to 140 if that's the top.
Marlon Wayne's in the closet with blickies, I got options. Red dot, soon as we spot them, niggas, we got them in the hood like a V6. But y'all be dick riding these rappers, that's only decent. Pop back and went pop that, running the precinct. I did 11 months in the box, they never speak shit. Queens nigga, I bleed this. Rap beefing just for some clout, that's what y'all telling me now. I got some felonies, older than all y'all melodies.
Lamb and lobster for the east, that's how it's supposed to be. Right, I'm on the road, that mean I'm out the way. 15 for the piece, I gotta eat, I'm talking Brian days. Yeah, how to make 20 off of one swipe. Right, you know that everything read. Pussy, you a human, know that everything bleed. AK-47, I'm Malcolm by any means necessary. They playing, they getting buried. Stay out the way, cause niggas be moving scary. And wearing wires, those sneakers go on the wire.
They remind me of my code D snitching like he was hired. Used to be a part of the team, but now he's fired. I've been him, pardon, nigga, we been them. Cartier frame 738s with the bent brim. Money from indictment, I'm still spinning. I'm lying. Money from indictment, he lucky that we ain't sliding. The same blocks niggas can't pop out on, we been in them. Same dots, Instagram blue dots, we been in them. Fuck is niggas talk about? Queens niggas invented them. Fuck is we the underdog streets, we been winning them.
No rap money.
How the fuck is we the underdogs? Most of these niggas you can't even put in fucking conversation.
Yeah, that's fucked up. She said, yeah, I'm telling you, you need to get you some new friends, guys. He said, all these super thugs in the hood don't be handling pedo. Now, some hoods do, Tyson. Some hoods do. Then she came back with especially the niggas from the job. They ain't got that backbone. Let me tell you the curse of an official nigga from Brooklyn. It's just in our motherfucking cards I used to say a slime ball. Clown nigga. Fraud nigga. You name it, I had the name to say. It all boiled down to the fact of a chameleon being placed in front of me. Just be who you are. But you know what I respect about this white boy? Let me tell you something now. Like my grandfather said, the show All in the Family, he always respected the nigga Carol O'Connor. And I was like, why? He said, because that white man expresses how he feel. He won't say it behind your back. He'll say it to your face. So check this out. I'm talking to him, right? Y'all know he going through a situation with his lady. When he was telling me a story about, I'm like, why does she always think you're doing something? Why? Drip salute. Why? Why do you, why your wife, why she always accused? He said, well, you know what? One time I was working in his farm. He said, lady, big old rack of titties. That's just how he talks, y'all. East New York, I can't help this shit. This is just how the nigga talk. He said, it's just like, he said, big old rack of titties. So I just said, yo, like, why? He said, as one of his friends from the job called him and said, yo, that woman that you said your wife would kill you for is out here right now. His wife is standing right there. Now check this out. His wife, now pay attention. I want to see if y'all catch this. Remember what I told you earlier? You have the right to remain silent. Don't go nowhere. Listen to this shit, Vibes. Listen to what this white man said to me. Shout him out. He had to be real for this. The nigga told me, check this out, y'all. Listen to this. I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is something I need you to pay attention to. He said to me out of his mouth, yo, y'all with me? Is y'all with me? Is y'all paying attention? TT the Oracle. Girl, she's going live at 9 o'clock. I'm shutting it down to make sure y'all all go over there. See how she popped up? I didn't even know she was going. She's going live at 9 o'clock. We shutting it down and going over there. TT, I got to tell you something. You here for this for a reason. Something happened to me today that broke my heart. But my grandmother prepared me for this. I'm not going to front to y'all. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. But it didn't destroy me or nothing like that. It's just like, but this woman right here, she said, baby, just because you are somebody's friend, y'all ever heard this before? Just because you are somebody's friend does not mean that they are yours. Listen to what, now listen to this, Club. Listen to what he said now. He said, in order to ease her mind, I want y'all to know, I want y'all to hear this. In order to ease her mind, he expressed to her, I quote, baby, you don't have to worry about nothing about them women that work with me in the field. It's nothing out there except old Mexican women and black girls. I want to see if anybody else caught that shit. Thank you, East New York. And it was on my heart, so I had to talk to him about it. I had to talk to him about it. I said, bro, if I heard you right correctly, earlier, you said that you expressed to your lady that it's nothing but older Mexican women and black girls at the job. I said, yo, bro, do you know that sound like some racist shit? Can anybody tell me what he said? I said, yo, bro, you know that sound like some racist shit? Can anybody type in this chat what he said to me? Tyson said, no white folks in the field. Black hand commended. Black-handed comment. Facts. Facts. Can anybody tell me what he said? Now, remember I told you, you got the right to remain silent when you're talking to anybody. Can anybody tell me what he said? Club said, his friend is a piece of shit, a crap. Those comments were racist. She said, I can only imagine. Check what he said to me. Look me in my eyes, y'all. He said, I make her believe that. She has no idea that I'm attracted to black women. Can anybody tell me the next question that I asked him? Can anybody tell me the next question that I asked him? He told her, I make her believe that. She has no idea I'm attracted to black women. So I calmly look at him and say, so you know you married a racist. I got real funky on him. When the last time you had a nigga at your house? He said, my house. I said, you was just expressed to me some heartbreaking information. But you know what I respect about him? I told him something. You never had a real friend. I've never been at this piece in my life. Like I told him, you've never had a real friend. One day you're going to thank me for everything I've ever said to you. Because I told him he's not, I won't go into everything he's been through and how he was raised in his upbringing, but you have to pay attention. He's 52 years old, just like me equally. Pay attention to this. And he was coming up in Georgia. He was born in Georgia. He was born in Georgia in 72. So y'all already know what it is in the South. The late 80s to the 90s, until recently, the Confederate flag was just known to be taken down because it was a racist motherfucking aspect. Let me explain something to you. He said to me, everybody has a little bit of prejudice in their heart. Do y'all agree? I don't. But do y'all agree? Does anybody agree with that? He's 52, Tyson. Do y'all agree, be honest, that everybody has a little degree of racism in their heart? I'm from Brooklyn. I wasn't raised with that. I had Greek neighbors on my block, Italian neighbors on my block, Hispanic people on my block, predominant homeowners with businesses and went to work. I'm from the melting pot. I'm from Utica. I don't know what it is to be racist. Our only racism, believe it or not, was crooked police. That was our racism. Not each other. Now, I don't know about the South. He was raised in the South. Remember, started out in Georgia, and then North Carolina, and then Virginia, and then North Carolina. You got to pay attention to these type of places that he was raised in, the environments he was raised in, and rest in peace to his parents, the things that his parents went through, and the things that they embedded in his heart. Is it my motherfucking right to judge him because he's never, ever been in the presence of somebody that just was just straight up? I've said this to him so many times. I tell him, like, you may get mad at me, you want to swing on me or whatever like that, but I'd rather you swing on me for being completely honest with you than you not swing on me for being a motherfucking fake person. I told him God got me around him for a reason. This is the honest to God truth, because he's opened up and expressed certain things that I wouldn't dare go into. You dig what I'm saying? As far as the domestic violence shit, that shit is sad. I want everybody to pray for him for that. But he got other things, you know what I'm saying, that's bothering him. You know what I'm saying? Like to be in certain relationships, if without the communication, that's a very dangerous combination right there. Word up. She said, see, I'm Puerto Rican, Italian, Panamanian. I see racism in my family, not my immediate family though, but it's sad because they're ignorant. And that's fucked up because I have family members down here, because I have a cousin that went to the army, got his life together. He went to Germany. He met his wife. They have a beautiful set of twins. And I barely get to see my family because my family down here is so prejudiced. When he brought his beautiful wife and his family down here, they tried to like shun her off. And it's like me, I talked about this before, and it's like 2 other family members that he keeps in contact with. He don't fuck with people like that. And when he spoke to me about it, I had to agree with him wholeheartedly, because if you love me as a person, you love my mother, may she rest in peace as a person. How could you disrespect who I love? It just don't make sense. But the moral of the story is, before I get out of here, is what I said about the judgmental thing. Ain't nobody here God. We all are godly like. As far as reproduction, as far as intelligence, as far as genetics, we're all godly like, but we're not the God that made sure we was all God alike. But back to what I was saying, that judgment has to go to the Most High, whichever way you want to call it. Shout out to my guy Willie for bringing that light to me, because we brought up the conversation about pedophilia in the workplace and the arrogance that actually, it irritated me. But now that he spoke to me about this whole conversation about judgment and what he may have been exposed to, and then the icing on the cake is God created the whole scenario for whatever he may have done, his childhood, his imprisonment, whatever, to where he's evolved to now. And it gave me a total different, like, observation of the whole picture. Like my grandfather said, I was just looking at one part of the picture. Oh, he did this. I totally disregarded what happened before he may have did that. Totally disregarded what he may have transcended and went through while he was in prison. Totally disregarded to the fact of what he's advanced to now and what we call society. So next time, before you judge, think about this video right here, man. Share this live. Y'all already know how I do it. Another day alive, another day free. What's the rest? Salute.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?